recording some Yarn Management Monday. I don't know if you remember, I thought this is all I had of this yarn from another yarn Shannon, but I also had this. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to cake this up and then I will attach it. I'll show you that when I get there. And I'll speed it up once it gets going. All right. And just let it, okay, it's not going to let me do that. Well, phooey. I'll put it down that way. And then I'll hold it. Again, we don't want it too tight or it will stretch the yarn. Which I think it's already a little stretched from being wound on that paper towel holder, or kitchen roll as people in the UK call it. Oh my gosh, what did I do? How do I fix it? I'll just take it off of there and try again. Another lesson in don't be Lori. Okay. Oh, there's a knot there and I don't have it through the hole, so it's like, no, I'm not doing that. There we go. All right. I remembered what I made with this. I was taking the green because I was making part of the dinosaur book. I will link that video below. I think they call it the magic knot, where you loop it around both sides and then you can cut it real close to the, and it's through the hole now, so the knot shouldn't be so big that it, ooh, these are special scissors. These were what I call craptastic. Alright. Alright. These are much better. These I need to give to my husband to sharpen because we have a sharpener. I think it's a center pull eventually. Yeah, but again, I was doing some serious color control. Now it's kind of linked around. Yep. I think I'm almost. The center pull, maybe. Maybe it's not the center pull. Okay. This does have some wool content. So it will go in my mixed fibers, or my natural fibers, not cotton. Because there's the cotton, there's the cotton, there's the cotton. Simple. That's a bit of a messy cake, but you can see, well, actually you can't, because I need to show you in the daytime when I don't have to have all this yellow lighting. Put greens and tans and purple. Like I said, some wool content. You can see pretty thin yarn. Alright, so this is my caking up another yarn, Shannon's yarn, and yes, my hair has faded to blue, so expect to see some purple, some repurpling, and maybe some teal on the ends. I haven't decided, or maybe I'll put teal up here, or maybe just right here. I don't know. You'll see when you see. We'll record more yarn management because you know I have more. Here's some more yarn management. As you notice, I have repurpled my hair. I didn't do the teal. It's a long story. Anyway. I have some more yarn management where I'm going to be caking. I'm going to do that first, and then I'm going to talk about the other yarn management, courtesy of J Paradise. Because, yeah, That's a lot of yarn. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you for all the yarn. Anyway, so there you go. This is from, honestly, I think this is from a mystery bag a long time ago. Or a million. I don't remember. Anyway, but I was using this for the eyes of the dog on the animal blanket. And so I'm done with that. And so I wanted to cake this up and get it put away, because I do obviously use this color green for a lot of things. This is acrylic, so it's, you know, more for practical stuff. But I'm going to wind this up. I'm going to be quiet. I'll wind this up, and then I will show you the Happy Mail yarn management. There's the center pole. That will go with my green yarn. I know exactly where that is, even though it's kind of a scrap. And then yarn management from Miss J Paradise. Most of it, nearly all of it, is in here, because I haven't separated it out or put it any place. However, the color on my halo is in that bag right there. It's up on the top. I don't know if you can see that. Right there, peeking out at the top, right behind that blue. Okay, there, right there. All right, so I have managed the yarn, sort of. This yarn needs to be further sorted, but I don't have any room with my cotton and then all my tchotchkes. So, yeah. That's where we're at on that. So my yarn management is at least to a satisfactory point. I do have some more heavy creams, by the way, but they are Camille's Creations Holiday, what is that called? Holiday Challenge, where it's making gifts, airplanes. I'll wait. It's starting to fade. So what I learned on one of my flights, because you know how they can show you a flight path or whatever, and you can kind of zoom in a little bit. One of the major commercial flight paths is right over our neighborhood. Like, it's commercial, like on its way to DIA. We're not that close to DIA, but we are completely on a flight path for commercial airlines. So that's probably what that was. So good times for us. I prefer the sound of trains. We get those too, but that's a little more distant. That's over on the other side of a hill from where I'm at, but literally on the other side of a hill from me. It's not very far at all. So I do get the train sounds, just not as nice as Lexi's Helix Stitch Crafts. Anyway, so I've got some heavy creams, is what I was saying, from Camille's Holiday Challenge? Christmas Challenge? Holiday Challenge? I'll link it. Where you can do any of her tutorials as gifts, or like to get ahead of the holidays. Any of her, the tutorials from her 25 gifts list. Probably not the 4th of July 10 list, because most of that really wouldn't necessarily fit as a gift. I'm so sorry. I've had a cold, if you can't tell. Anyway, so the holiday challenge, I have 2 heavy creams ready to go. Some, thanks to Jay's lovely cotton yarn, will be getting made. Now, I'm still working on the Tunisian. I have one Tunisian done for the September Tunisian challenge for Camille. And then for Chef Lori, Armchair Chef, is the channel. Her challenge is to do something in Halloween colors or Halloween themed that holds something. So basket, bag, tote, hat, because a hat holds a head, etc., etc., etc. Anyway, that'll be on my live, or that will have been on my live from last night, what I was working on making on the Centro. So, and then, I really apologize. I'm so sorry. So, I've got a trash can right there. Anyway, so sorry. The, another challenge you can enter is Live Fantastical, Michelle and Cheyenne. Theirs is Harvest, and the collaborator is at Linda's Crochet channel. So all of that will be linked below. And like I said, we're on a commercial airline path. We're not even that close to the airport. So they're higher up in the air, but geez. Okay. I better go because, oh my gosh, it's so loud. Part of the reason it's so loud too is the sound is bouncing off the foothills. I'm super close to the base of the mountains. Like super close. It's, which direction am I? It's about 10-minute or less drive that way from where I'm at to the base of the mountain. So the sound, yeah. Anyway, so good times. You got to hear 2 airplanes. And it sounds like another one's coming. Okay. That's my yarn management. Okay, quick addendum before my catchphrase. My husband came upstairs and informed me because the airplanes just kept coming. He's like, no, those are fighter jets because it's drill weekend. So the military is just doing some practice. I guess we'll call it that. Because it's that weekend. So he thinks they were fighter jets and not commercial airplanes. Because like I said, the commercial airplanes, by the time they pass over, are pretty high. You can hear them, but they're not usually that loud. So sorry for the fighter jets. Also, I needed to add, because I tend to forget, Yarn Management Monday conceptually is because of Crafting Kitty. Crafting Kitty 101. Check her out. If you don't follow her, check her out. But she has helped me stay on top of it. Her yarn management's a little different process, but it's still the idea of getting your yarn where you're using it or giving it away. I have done both those things. I'm using it, organizing it, putting things together so I can find the yarn I need, putting it in project bags if I know what project it's going to. So, yeah. Thank you, Crafting Kitty, Erin. And now to my catchphrase. Thanks for coming in, and can I get an amen?